I'm joined by the former Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Titus Ayuba Alans, for discussion on the Unending Plateau Massacre. He represented Boko's community in the Plateau State House of Assembly from 2011 to 2015. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight.
Thank you.
Right, so like I said in my introduction, we're taking another look at this Unending Massacres in Plateau State, and going by the spate of violent attacks on the Plateau in the year 2023. And you're a former Speaker of the House of Assembly. What exactly would you say is going on, and why Plateau?
Cannot hear you.
Honorable, did you get my question?
The network is bad. I cannot hear you. Say what?
Right. So
can you repeat the last part of it?
Right, I will. So
the network has been very bad. Can you repeat the last part of it? I did not get you well.
All right. So going by the spate of violent attacks on the Plateau in the year 2023, and being the former Speaker of the House of Assembly, I'm asking, what exactly would you say is going on, and why always Plateau State? Honorable, did you get that?
I got the part of it, and the other part I not got you properly. But you said why these problems on the Plateau for quite a long time. The network is very terrible. That's also the questions that all of us on the Plateau are asking. Hello?
I can hear you. Please go ahead. What would you say is going on with these violent attacks?
So that's what also most of us on the Plateau keep asking. What's going on and what's wrong? It's a state that we all know that it's a home of peace and tourism. It's a state that accommodates everybody. It's a state that you live here and you enjoy it. You benefit all that happens in the state. But one thing is this problem of insecurity, problems of attack here and there. And just like the recent attack in Bokos, everybody knows in Bokos, it started in Mangu when this administration came in. Even before the excellency of the Mupam was sworn in, it started in Mangu, and again Bokos, Riom Barkinlat. And for Bokos, everybody knows, everybody in the world knows that Bokos is an area that our farming is taking seriously. The farm produce, you get it everywhere in the world. And we've been very peaceful. Mining activities also take place in this area, this local government that we are talking about. But we keep wondering, what is wrong? We keep wondering, why this attack? And this thing is not just this year. It has started. We've been battling with it in 2009. And we can't tell. We also keep asking, what is wrong? And people are not telling. Those people that keep attacking are not telling us. What is it? What do you want that you've not gotten? The land is there, you fight, you stay, you farm, you do what you want to do. Why the attack? This thing keeps bothering all of us. You feel, and when we keep preaching this, at least even when this government came in, when every successive government continued to preach it, even when this government came in under the leadership of his presidency, he emphasized in security. He emphasized in living in peace with one another. And this thing came up again. And his local government was attacked. And one thing, I'm from Bokos, and I live in the border area with Mangu, very close to Mangu local government. I have some villages in Mangu local government that are even closer my own village than the Bokos headquarters. So we are aware, we see how these things happen, and we wonder what happens. Could it be that there is something we've done that is not true? That is it that they want, like we always say, just want to eliminate us. People just want to send us out of the land that is given to us by God. I think these are some of the things. We can't understand. We can't understand. Now, we want to thank God because I cannot hear you properly. You can see the concern, even by the head of state, the concern by all organizations, the concern that people have to see that these things stop. And you can see what is happening. We also don't know. We're asking questions. We don't have any problem with anybody. We share border. We don't share border with any. We share border with states within Nigeria, and we don't know how the attack come up. And the way they were attacking Mango of recent, because we share border. You see people coming in on motorcycles in the night. They come on motorcycles. You can even count. You can see the motorcycles in the night. You see them moving all over, and you don't know what is happening. And that is also what has happened in Boko. Attacking 25 communities at the same time. Even more than that. We've discovered that more than that. At even the same time. Coordinated attack.
All right.
But it's very worrisome.
All right. So, Honorable, since this last killings, which many have considered as the worst on the plateau, one big question people have started asking is, will these killings ever end?
The killing will end if, you see, somebody says, if we don't know, but we know that it can stop when the serious issues are taken. You come to Bokos, you get the security personnel there, they are doing their best, and we don't know what happens. It is left to all of us as individuals and as people of Plateau State and as government, some deliberate efforts must be made to see that some of these things are taken care of. Particularly like when this thing happens, you see the security, the terrain in Bokos and the terrain in this local government that we are talking about is a terrain that we will have to need some very serious security outfit, and some of them may not just go there and go back. We also need some. I don't know how to say it, because unless we are assisted by the federal government internationally, and like the state government is doing its best, that must be done before this thing can stop. We have done this since 2009 until now. You feel we are living, when you say it is, we don't know. I'm telling you, it's very terrible. The network is giving us some difficulties. It's very terrible. But I think with proper education, with proper sensitization, and the best, we must love one another. We must love one another. You love somebody, you are moving with him and staying with him, the next day you see a different thing. You begin to wonder. You give it a religious coronation you don't understand. You give it ethnic, you don't understand. What we understand on the plateau is that the people just want to take us out of our land. We don't know what is wrong. We don't know what is wrong.
Right, but Right Honorable, do you agree with those who have said that to a very large extent, this is a situation where non-state actors are challenging the supremacy of the government and doing it successfully because no one has been held accountable?
I cannot hear that properly. You say?
So I said, do you agree with those who have said this thing is going on, this killings continue because to a very large extent, this is a situation where non-state actors are challenging the supremacy of governments and doing it successfully because no one has been held accountable?
Oh, this network is something else. This network is something.
Let me repeat myself, because I would like to have your opinion or what you think about that. Now, some persons or some stakeholders have said that this, to a very large extent, this is a situation where non-state actors are challenging the supremacy of governments and doing it successfully because no one has been held accountable. Do you agree with this?
Well, that is why we keep saying that this thing keeps coming, keep occurring, and sometimes you wonder, and you continue to have commissions, you continue to have panels set up to find out this, and you don't see any action taken. And I don't know, maybe with this now that things have come up very serious. See, sometimes I cannot, my problem very serious is that I am not getting your questions properly. That is my major problem. That is my major problem.
All right. Earlier, I mean, some hours
Hello?
ago, can you hear me now? Right, Honorable, can you hear me now?
Hello?
All right. So, some hours ago, some women set ablaze the house of district head of Bokos. Why this? Why did this happen?
You see, that is why we say when conflict comes up like this, it comes with so many things. You know, somebody that his entire family is wiped up. Somebody that you get there, 6, 7 members of his family are dead. You go there and you get that the whole community is erased. The people in that community are killed, and they are now in Bokos. You know, those people that are in Bokos, most of them are in the IDP camp. And you will discover that as a father, a child would always tell you that if my father comes, he will deal with you, because he feels that the father can be stronger than any father. Now, with that of the district head, they feel he should do better than he is doing. And sometimes, you know, rumor is something. You get a statement, you don't clarify, and you feel that the royal father, the chief is not doing well, or they have not said this. And sometimes it's just rumor. These are issues of conflict. And because this person that has lost almost everything in life, when he comes to you and he wants to tell you, he feels what you should say when he wants you to tell him should be what you tell him. He feels, I don't know. But, you know, this is what we keep saying, this conflict will bring so many things. And if you ask, nobody tells you precisely why. You say the chief would have acted more than he's acting, the chief would have done this more than he will do. I look at it as a relationship between a child and a father, that when the child is hungry, or when the child feels cheated, or when the child feels something happens, to say you should do more than you have done. But they started this even when the day the vice president came, the women were talking. The women were very, very serious about it. They said it was chased out of the place. And we thought it was over until today. But I'm sure it is as a result, the people are aggrieved, and they felt as a father, he should do better than he has done. But he has done his best. So the whole thing is, that's why we must always run for conflict, because if conflict comes, it goes with such reactions. These were women, and we all know some of them lost their husbands, some of them lost their children, some of them lost their communities, some of them are farmers that are no longer working their farms. Some of them, you know, so they are so aggrieved, and we are all aggrieved. We are not happy about it. So we feel as a father, when you come out, you should be able to do the needful. But there are certain things that even as a royal father, there are limits to some of the things he can do. But it's very unfortunate because we have enough of this destruction in the community, and coming again to affect the office of the house, or the office of the royal chief of staff, because Michael Abenchin, I think they are like Monday Abenchin is something very serious. But I'm sure I will tell you that it's as a result of the conflict that we are running in from that this has caused. And you know, they keep saying that the arrest that was done. Some people I know of a chap that was molested at the checkpoint. I know of some of the people that ran from their own villages and came into Bokos because they have nowhere to go. And they said something happened around the vicinity. And the security personnel came and were arresting these boys, got into the houses that they were also IDPs in such houses. And they were arrested and taken to the military post. And this morning the women went. I think this thing started from there. And I believe they expected that as a father, even if you are a father, the child would always tell you, that you should protect him. I'm sure
all right.
The women did that. And it's very unfortunate. Nobody can say it's good. Nobody can say. We can always be patient to see how we can sort out these issues. But if we go out of that, we are killed, we are maimed, we are destroyed, and we have the most of the villages destroyed. We come again to have this, even in the palace of the traditional ruler, something is wrong. And that is why we also want to say the security must also be patient with people. We need them, need the security. Nobody will tell you that we can do it without them, but they must be patient with people too. They must be very patient with people too.
All right.
You know, most of these security personnel, some of them come from places, they will come from other communities, and when they get there, this is another community. Now, some people, these people are aggrieved. This is what we will always say. These people are already sad. This thing has happened to them. Somebody losing a entire family. You know, when you talk to him, you must talk to him in a way that you will understand. But you know, even the security personnel are also doing their best. They don't know some of this, but sometimes we must also talk to the people. And when the management committee chairman was there and trying to persuade, but all the same, those things happen. It's very unfortunate. That is why when there is conflict, so many people, including the innocent, suffer.
Right.
I'm not saying we don't encourage that, but it's very, very unfortunate.
All right, then. But what roles do traditional rulers play in all this?
The role are the custodians of their communities. They keep meeting in the communities, and they keep meeting, they keep talking with the people. They keep talking. It's not that they are not doing it, they are talking. But, you know, when it comes to security issues, you will discover that when you are discussing it, it's not everybody that will be involved. Some very few people will be involved, and when they are involved, they now go to talk to the people at that level, and if there is any break in communication, you find this. Even the stakeholders in Bokos are talking. I know of a meeting that was held with the stakeholders, the former this, former that, in the local government, met to see how we can stop this. And then this morning, these things came up. They started yesterday. We thought it's something we can control until this afternoon. That is very, very unfortunate. Everybody is doing his best. But I want to tell you that it is because this thing, this what we have seen, the attack we have seen this time has overwhelmed us. Has devastated us completely. And that is why you get people behaving straight. But the traditional rulers are doing their best. They are doing their best. And the youth too, doing their best. Even when the youth are talking, they're doing their best. It's not, they've been up and doing to see that this thing stops. But, it's not even good for us to have, let's pray that there is no conflict anywhere. When there is conflict, so many things will go by that conflict. And what I want us to understand is that why this conflict is very unique is that it was at Christmas period. And some people, I know of a family that the wife is from Bokos and her husband is not even from Bokos, and he sent his children, his in-laws in the village, to spend the Christmas with the in-laws. But though they survived, and this thing happens in the village. You see, it has affected so many communities, it has affected so many tribes, it has affected so many people. I think on the burning of the palace of our traditional ruler is not something that must say is good, but it's the scenario and the situation we found ourselves. In the situation, if you see the people, and you see what is happening, you will pity the people. There is nobody that will go to Bokos and see the people. When you go to this IDP camp, even in either in Mangu, when you go to see them in Bokos, when you go to see them in Barkilat, you go to see them in Riom, that you will not share prayers. I don't think you will do that. If you see them, you will cry for these people. So at the slight something, and information, somebody will say the chief has done this. No verification, nobody will verify. And action will just take place.
All right, so I want us to go back to the statement made by the Chief of Defense Staff. He blamed lack of political will at all levels of government for this prevailing insecurity in the country. How valid is this line of thought?
Let me get you correctly. Sorry, your network.
So did you get my question? All right. So I said I want us to go back to the statements made by the Chief of Defense Staff. He blamed lack of political will at all levels of government for this prevailing insecurity in the country. So I'm asking, how valid is this line of thought?
It's not, if all of us want to live together and we stop peace, why not? Political will, all of us, we must see ourselves as brothers and sisters. Those that are sent to our security personnel to protect the people must not take sides. They do their work as expected. Like some of the reasons they are giving it purpose is that when some people will be packing out from purpose, maybe because of the crisis they want people out, they have very good escort and they take them out. Some people want to go to farm because they are farmers. This is dry season. The potatoes you see, this is dry season. They want to go to the farm. They feel they should also be protected and be taken to the farm. But sometimes you cannot do those. You cannot, because of the number of the security personnel we have, you cannot do the whole of that. And that becomes a problem. Yes, politically we agree to stay together. Because if we are talking, even if it is a religion, in my place, we thought it was very religious. But you discover some of the things. I don't think some of the things people do is something completely different. When we know, we agree that we're brothers, we agree that we can stay and respect the rules and regulations of the people of this country. The Constitution, we respect what the Constitution says. I think we can live together. Because he said, the Chief of Defense Staff said, and he has done it there, we can see it. But with the military and with the police that are there, they are doing their best. And we expect that more should be done. We expect that the security presence, it's not when they come to the after about 2-3 months, when the situation is calm, they leave. No, they remain. But we must begin to agree that we will live together as brothers and sisters. But you are living with somebody as a brother and sister, and he comes in the night to kill you. So this is another problem. Comes in the night to kill you. You see some of these villages and see how they are killed, how they are attacked. You will know that even the people that came to attack, you see them. Sometimes you see them, like I told you from the beginning, you see them on motorcycles, moving. And so what do we do? Political will from government, political will from citizens, that will be able to reduce some of this problem, but it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Right. But when you critically look at these recent attacks in Zamfara State, Sokoto, Plateau, and Kaduna states, would you also say that these governors are helpless?
So sometimes the governors have done their best, and from my own thinking, from the way I feel, this is personal. I say, is it because this governor of Plateau State that has come with everywhere, His Excellency Governor that has come with everywhere, has come to change the narrative on the Plateau, has come to preach peace. Each time you hear him talking, he talks peace. Even when he goes, he sings a peace song, and he urges people to stay on the Plateau as brothers and sisters. Is it because he has said that this attack is coming? Sometimes I become very surprised. The governors will do their best, and you don't get what is happening. And could it be because this land, this Plateau is blessed, these states you have mentioned, Zamfara, Katsina, all states are blessed. Could it be that there is something on this land that these people, why? Because we don't know that they want, that they've not asked us, that they've not told us that what this thing is really what we want. And you see it yourself. You can see it, you know, all Nigerians know that these governors are headless because they have done their best. They have done their best. When this thing happened, you saw what happened in the Plateau. Just after some 2-3 days, the president was here and represented by the vice president. What would you expect a governor to do more than that? They addressed the stakeholders, and the governor went round. The governor is talking this, he's doing his best. So they are really there.
All right.
And we believe with their goodwill, and they are ready to do it. And they are ready to do it with every support. I believe they can do it.
All right. So before I let you go this evening, what's your advice to the federal government on the lasting way to secure Nigeria?
Let me get you again.
What's your advice to the federal government on the lasting way to secure Nigeria?
Every Nigerian must know that this country belongs to him, and we must be treated. We've seen it. We've seen the policies of that. Even in my state, we've seen how the government is working towards making the state what it is. Even at the federal level, we've seen what the Mr. President is doing. So we expect that the rule of law, particularly, like what is happening on the Plateau now, and what has happened and what is happening in the other places, there should be very, we should be able to find out what is this thing that is happening. Like some people were arrested, some culprits were arrested. What will happen to them? And if they are found guilty, let them be punished. If we don't do that, it will continue to be there. And let us treat ourselves as Nigerians. And like these people that are affected, let them be rehabilitated. Like these people that are affected, let some compensation be given to them. These people that are affected, let's make sure that their children, some of these families, that their children are alive, so that the children are given better education. When we do that and we feel we are all Nigerians and we treat ourselves as Nigerians, if you are a leader, you do your part, and as a leader, you work on the basis of treating people equally. I think that will definitely help us. And once that is done, Nigeria is a very great country. And I want to assure you, from what we see is because of the potential that is in this country, that some saboteurs are trying to do this to us.
All right, Right Honorable Titus Ayuba Alans. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sadly, we're out of time. Thank you so much. And though your network was a bit poor, but your perspective and insights are highly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you.